Welcome back to Rise Exchange live from the nation's capital, Abuja. Elsewhere, Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Lokpobiri, says all relevant government and private sector stakeholders are looking to resolve the latest face-off between Dangote Refinery and the Workers' Union. Well, the minister says the Dangote Refinery investment is key for Nigeria and that amicable solution to all the issues is the desired outcome. Lokpobiri was speaking to Rights business correspondent Bosin Omofaye earlier today in South Africa following the update on the new $5 billion Africa Energy Bank to be situated in Abuja.
Is concerned, Nigeria today has made a substantial investment. How much more are you looking to see Nigeria do for this very important bank?
You know, we are leaders as far as, oil and gas is concerned in the continent. And our biggest problem is financing. And that is why this idea of, creating this bank, came in the first place. It is situated in Nigeria. We have to take advantage of, Nigeria being the hosting country, juxtapose that with our reserves, as leaders of oil and gas in Africa, to the best of the people of, to the best of the companies that operate in oil and gas in Nigeria. Like I said, there's so much money. It's how we galvanize this money, to be invested in the energy sector. And the easiest way is to convince our people to bring their capital, to the African Energy Bank. And that's why you have different, A, B, C, D, categories of investors. What we need to do is to sensitize our people, and I believe that they are going to buy it.
When you mean sensitize our people, you mean other African countries and other private sector investors?
Private sector investments. Okay, if you say that, look, Nigerians alone spend over $60 billion in cryptocurrency that they don't see. If we educate them, vis-a-vis the returns on investment in oil and gas shares, even in the Nigerian stock exchange, you agree with me that they will be convinced to invest, in oil and gas, or in the energy bank. If you agree with me, look, if BP, together with Cosmos, will invest in Senegal, $8 billion in a gas project, and they are expected in 25 years, to get $40 billion. All those pension funds that are lying in Nigeria should invest in projects like this. So that they would, substantial returns on the investment.
120 billion US dollars you say that Africa spend on imports of petrol products. Do you think we have the capacity now to push back on that and put some of that money in the new Africa Energy Bank?
The issue is that even if we get a share of that money, and that is why Dangote Refinery is important. That is why the rehabilitation of the old NPT refineries is also important. It's also important that we encourage companies like BOA and the other marginal, modular refinery, players to also play their role. Recently, you recall that there was, the West African Reference Market launched between NMDPRA and then S&P Global. The idea is to create Nigeria as, the hub, for these refined products, to be shipped to the rest of the continent. We believe that it will be a long walk to destination, but it's good for us to start. Even if Africa gets 20% of that, that will be $20 billion. Instead of, enriching other continents, it's important that, we tell these people, our own people, the opportunities that are available and encourage them to invest the money there.
You are technically the head of Nigeria's delegation as the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources at the Africa Energy Week 2025. What is the key message from Nigeria as far as the investment upstream, midstream, downstream is concerned to the international community?
Nigeria is ready for investment. We have opportunities for investment both in the upstream, in the midstream, and in the downstream. We have reformed our regulatory framework. We have reformed our fiscals to be globally competitive. Nigeria is the best investment destination for anybody in the world to invest in oil and gas.
Do you think some of the issues around downstream need to be resolved between the Dangote refinery and other institutions, the unions, and others within the industry?
Yeah, well, we have to be resolved. Even if, whatever issues, that they have will have to be discussed and resolved. Even if you have, any company or even in a marriage between a man and a woman, you have issues that come up from time to time. It's the ability to resolve them. And we believe that as we speak today, meetings are going on in the Ministry of Labour. It's basically just that it affects the energy sector. It's a situation where Dangote is disagreeing with his own staff. And I believe that's relevant, government, agencies are handling them. And when we get back to Nigeria, we join them. We will discuss whatever differences they have and then resolve them in the overall strategic national interest of Nigeria.